Hello everyone! The third part of the 70th episode is about to come out really soon, as Boom has sent multiple exclusive leaks to different Skibidi creators, myself included. So for now, as we're waiting for the next part's release, I would like to do a special video to welcome the upcoming Valentine's Day, because it's something that happens once a year only. I mean, as well as the anniversary of Skibidi Toilet series, of course. That was on the 8th of February. So, today I'm going to talk about the most popular romantic couples of the series, and I'll do it both in a serious and a hilarious way. And also, I'll mention the best bros in the entire series with the strongest bonds ever. But I'll do it at the end of the video, so prepare to watch it in full length, because it's going to be pretty wholesome from the beginning to the end. Now get your tea and snacks ready and let's go. And it would be just a sin to start this video without mentioning the iconic ship between Simp Cameraman and TV Woman at first. I would say that these two characters paved the way for all the ships that came afterwards, and it became such a huge thing in the fandom that even Boom himself started posting some really sassy leaks from time to time. But I'll talk about it a little bit later. And besides, let me just tell you how iconic the appearance of TV Woman was in the first place, because she quickly became everyone's favorite character in the entire series, especially in the nighttime, when all the good guys are getting ready to go to bed, if you know what I mean, of course. And that was super important for Skibidi Toilet's universe, because this girl not only gave us some other hotties, about whom I'll also talk today, but she even set the standard for the future female characters really high. That's way all the girls from both the original series and the multiverses needed to be extremely intelligent, sharp, sassy, and, well, their other features also had to be on point. I mean, just remember Drill Woman from Dom Studios' Multiverse with two of her large and beautiful tools for hard battles. Yeah, and we all shall thank TV Woman for that, who was the original visual and simply an iconic character at that regard. But I digressed here a little bit, and I apologize for that. So, you guys probably know about the tragic love story between Simp Cameraman and TV Woman already, that finished on the very bitter note because of this hottie's betrayal. Nobody saw that coming, especially Simp Cameraman himself, because he was way too deeply in love and naive. Well, as the saying goes, lovers cannot be judged, right? But let me just say that with that romantic arc came so many other possible love and betrayal twists that gave fans a ton of material to speculate about. For example, here's my personal favorite speculation about the love arc between those two. In case Simp Cameraman actually survives and triumphantly returns by the epic end of the main series, what if he'll become the sworn enemy not only to TV Woman, the girl of his heart who literally stabbed him in his robotic back, but also to Plungerman, who was chosen by her instead of him? And considering how powerful Plungerman became at this point in the series, that would also mean that Simp Cameraman would have to meet the standards and be just as powerful as him, if not even more, which is really exciting to imagine. So, we could have had an awesome opportunity to witness a super mega epic fight between the Chad and the Simp, and write in the comments below, guys. Who would you prefer to bet on in that case? Let's give you some spoilers here. As Plungerman is one of my favorite Chads in the entire series, I couldn't help but bet on him and him only. I'm really sorry, my Simp buddy, it feels like you're getting betrayed again. But I can't do nothing here. It's impossible to me to step over my own principles. Hey guys, did you catch by the way how I mentioned that TV Woman paved the way for other hotties in the series? I think it's no secret for you that TV Woman had never really been my favorite eye candy in Skibidi Toilets, because first of all, Elite Cameraman would literally kill me for even trying to get close with her. And second of all, why the heck would I even think of her when Speaker Woman exists? Don't trust anybody who's telling you that I don't love her anymore. It's all defamation and bland lies. I mean, yeah, sure, I did kind of a break from her for some time, because I had something pretty similar to identity crisis of something like that. I don't know. I mean, damn, buddies. There are so many fish in the sea recently, I mean so many hotties both in the series and all those multiverses, that it's getting really hard to focus on just one darling. Like, did you even see the last episodes of Skibidi Wars by Verlance? Computer Woman and Try Woman are just insane there with their... Okay, but I'm really reaching now, did I? So anyway, let's get back to the topic. So yeah, Speaker Woman, where do I even start though? Despite the fact that this girlie is a bit weaker than TV Woman, for instance, in terms of variability or combat moves in a battle or fighting abilities, I couldn't really care less for that, because she's still badass as hell. She's quick, dexterous, and bouncy. And that's basically the best qualities that can be found in a romantic partner. I mean, she would be really good in protecting you from different kinds of enemies. Am I right, fellas? Plus, another quality that I really admire in my girl is her great taste in music. Because if you guys remember, in episode 61, when she appeared for the first time, she had been listening to Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, which is a great choice for a song. And it seems like Boom shares my opinion on that, because we could see the photo of Kate Bush in episode 2 hanging on the elevator's wall. Also, let's talk about those 2 katanas that Speaker Woman got in the latest part of the 70th episode. That's simply amazing, and I've already told you multiple times how I cannot wait to see my baddie with those new weapons acting in the real battle. And I hope to see that in the upcoming episode. And by the way, I am really sure that she'll make her appearance in it, because in the exclusive leak that I've got, it was exactly her that was present in the picture. And it would mean that she, among with the other characters featured in all of those leaks, will be one of the most anticipated characters to appear in the 3rd part of episode 70. And I really hope Boom won't that treacherous to let her be the one who dies, because it'll break my heart, and honestly, I refuse to even think about it 1 second longer. But enough talking about Speaker Woman, as there are some other cool things I wanted to mention on the eve of Valentine's Day. And I'm speaking of those sassy leaks, of course, that Boom loved presenting to us in some period of time before. And honestly, I miss those leaks so much, and I wish to see more of them in the future. For example, do you remember that iconic leak where G-Man and Skibidi Scientist got really close and decided to declare their strong, masculine, and really wholesome friendship, if you catch my meaning? In my opinion, this leak remains the most iconic one so far, and the history was definitely made when it had been posted in Boom's official Discord channel. And let's not also forget about the leak for the 3rd part of episode 67, where Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman could be found in the very interesting position with G-Man flying over them and observing what had been happening before his eyes with the great interest. And I mean, there's nothing criminal here actually, just 2 buddies decided to rest from the hard day at work. It's actually really cute how they support each other, even in horizontal position. What chads, guys, I really hope you treat y'all's best friends with the same level of care. But if I would be a little bit more serious, I would say that Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman can serve as an actual example of the realest and truest bromance of all time. And it had been solidified after episode 67 for sure. Just remember how much did Titan Cameraman care for his little brother at the time when Titan Speakerman had been infected with Skibidi parasite created by Skibidi Scientist in order to get a really powerful ally to fight on the side of Skibidi army. And in the 3rd part of episode 67, it was time for him to return the favors to Titan Cameraman, who was saved by his bro from the literal self-destruction. And since that period, I believe not only their friendship in the series became much stronger, but also the eager desire of thousands of shippers to produce a hell ton of arts and sassy short stories about those 2 chads, and I strongly advise you guys not to Google it on your own. And if you actually will, just know that I warned you beforehand. And well, as we started talking about bromances, let's not forget about the Dark Speakerman and Plungerman, because their bond seems to become unbreakable by the 3rd part of episode 70. And just like the majority of couples, oh, what am I saying? I meant bromance relationships, of course. So these guys faced both ups and downs in the history of knowing each other. Yeah, sure, they literally were on the brink of becoming sworn enemies at some point in the end of the 1st part of episode 70, because they had a conflict of interest and morale principles of some sort. But then the situation changed drastically. Right now, as they are the only members of the elite infiltration squad that managed to stay alive, they are about to become closer than ever, and I really hope those chads will successfully get through all the troubles that will occur on their way. I bet that in the upcoming episode we'll see multiple scenes when those 2 chads will get an opportunity to cover each other's backs, and damn me if one of them will be gone. And by the way, I would also love to say that the Dark Speakerman has some kind of a strong contender in a field of winning Plungerman's heart of steel. I mean, the permission to be called his realest bro. And this contender is no other than the White Terracotta Cameraman, aka Lucky Cameraman, who had his own prehistory with Plungerman since episode 63, where the Dark Speakerman also appeared for the first time, by the way. You would say here, of course, hey ISO, but aren't those 2 actually meant to be bitter rivals? Because Lucky Cameraman seemed to despise Plungerman for disrespecting him in that episode. And to that, my young friends, I'll answer just one thing. There is only one small step from hate to, well, the real Chad bond. Let me put it that way. Because who knows? Maybe your parents are nearby. And I believe that was all for today. To tell you honestly, guys, I had crazy lot of fun while making today's video, and I wish we had more Valentine's Days in a year, which I could comfortably spend with Speaker Woman along my side. I mean, one day for her and another for Drill Woman. Nobody would get left alone. And I wouldn't even have to choose between my darlings as a real Chad that I actually am. And also, I would be really interested to know who's your favorite character is. And do you ship him or her with somebody else or not? And is there somebody you secretly in love with? You can confess it in my comment section below, and trust me, I won't tell your mom. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!